Justin Gaethje recently admitted that he was afraid to go against noted striker Edson Barboza in 2019. As the main event for UFC, the two fought in Philadelphia. Both were aiming to advance in the 155-pound weight division. Gaethje caught Barboza with a stunning overhand right in the opening round despite being aware of the Brazilian's strength. Gaethje said that he was nervous going into the bout because of Barboza's track record of knocking out opponents, after sharing a film of the knockout on Twitter to mark the 4-year anniversary of the Fight of the Night award. Here is what Gaethje tweeted. "One of the few times I've been scared walking into a fight was against Barboza. Watching him body people was definitely in the back of my mind." The potential of Alex Pereira stepping up to the heavyweight class was discussed by Robert Whittaker. Since his entry, Pereira, the current middleweight champion of the UFC, has dominated the sport. At UFC 296 the following weekend, he will defend his championship against Israel Adesanya. The fight between Whittaker and Paulo Costa, who is in the line for the next championship chance, was called off, leaving Whittaker without an opponent. Whittaker discussed the subject on his podcast after Pereira's team recently made a suggestion that he would step up to heavyweight. "I think the talk of moving up for him, in particular, is very warranted because he's a huge dude. He is monstrously big and he struggles with the cuts. I think he's 35 now as well, so the cuts aren't getting easier. I think the talk about him going to heavyweight is definitely warranted. I think he has to move up in weight. His striking is world caliber. I think he'd have a lot of success in the heavier weight divisions. But I'd stay well away from Jon Jones. I've seen Pereira's wrestling. I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but you stay well away from Jon Jones." Conor McGregor blasted Justin Gaethje, calling him a bird brain, after Gaethje threatened to leave the UFC if McGregor were to get a championship chance soon. Gaethje recently defeated Rafael Fiziev, while McGregor will face Michael Chandler later this year. But some in the business think McGregor will face a title challenge if he beats Chandler, which might force Gaethje to depart the UFC. Here is what Gaethje said. "Would I quit if Conor won and they gave him a title shot? Probably. That's how hurt I would be by the actions of the company I represent, but that's out of my control. I just really hope that doesn't happen. We can imagine a lot of things, but there's a possibility that that's the scenario, which I would be devastated for sure." McGregor responded a tweet, which he deleted. "This brain-dead fool got a title shot off of one single win and it was versus Chandler. Yet he will quit and retire if I get the same thing. Classic Gaethje bird brain. 2 title attempts. No wins." Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of MMA, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you never miss an update. Also leave a comment below with your thoughts on today's news. Keep supporting the sport, and we'll see you in the next one.